This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 366. Are you a mutant? Embrace it. By Steve Kamb of nerdfitness.com. And I'm Dr. Neil. Hello, happy Monday, and the countdown begins. For those of you that celebrate Christmas, we are now 2 weeks away. Can't believe it. Welcome back to Optimal Health Daily, where I simply read to you from the best health and fitness blogs for free. I cover fitness, nutrition, stress management, weight management, and more, just like an audiobook, but from a bunch of different authors. Always with permission from them, of course. And then on Fridays, I answer your questions right here on the show. This episode is sponsored by Action Heat. Action Heat makes the world's best heated clothing. Powered by rechargeable batteries, it's the perfect way to stay warm. Save 15% off your order when you go to action-heat.com/daily. That's action-heat.com/daily. All right, let's jump right in, get to today's post, and start optimizing your life. Are you a mutant? Embrace it. By Steve Kamb of nerdfitness.com. Quote, mutation. It is the key to our evolution. It has enabled us to evolve from a single-celled organism into the dominant species on the planet. The process is slow and normally taking thousands and thousands of years. But every few hundred millennia, evolution leaps forward. End quote. For your entire life, you've been told to hide your differences. You've been told to fit in and to be like everyone else. After all, the kids that fit in don't get picked on. The kids that fit in don't cause trouble. The kids that fit in go on to become fine, upstanding citizens. What if I told you that it's okay to be different? That there's a group of people who are waiting for you to embrace your differences? That those who make fun of you for being different are the very people who will need your help? My dear nerd fitness rebel, there is a war coming. Are you sure you're on the right side? You're a mutant. Embrace it. Let's be honest. You're a mutant. Yeah, you might not have blue skin, adamantium running through your body. Yeah, not a power, but bear with me. Or the ability to change shapes at will. But you are still vastly different than everybody around you. You're the one person in your group of friends who wants a better future. You're the one person in your office who wants to get in shape and eat better. You're the one person in your family who believes you deserve a better life. It's tough, I know. After all, being different makes you an easy target. You'll hear it from everybody. Why do you have to be so weird? Or, come join us. After hearing this day in, day out for so many years, you might even start to believe them. You might start to wonder if it would be easier to just conform and go with the flow. And then you take a closer look at the people whom you want to emulate. Overweight, out of shape, have a litany of health problems, up to their eyeballs in consumer debt, living a life that leaves them unfulfilled, generally unhappy. Screw that. Yeah, you are different from those people. Be thankful. Identify your differences. Are you the girl with superhuman strength? Are you the guy who has iron willpower and can say yes or no to anything? Maybe you can transform at a moment's notice for any skill required. Maybe you run more marathons than should be humanly possible. What makes you different? If you're not different yet, how do you want to be different? What skill do you possess that makes you stand out from the crowd? Me personally, I have a unique ability to synthesize boring, intimidating information in the nerdiest, most accessible way possible. I don't quite fit into most nerd circles. Yeah, I've read all of the Harry Potter books multiple times. I've built my own computer. I've devoted years of my life to EverQuest and EverQuest 2, and the first thing I bought after coming back from my 14-month trip was a PlayStation 3. I enjoy being a nerd, but that's not all I am. I also love exercising. But I don't quite fit into that conventional demo either. I get weird looks every time I set foot in a normal gym. I wear funky shoes on my feet. My ripped t-shirt and shorts I bought a decade ago aren't going to win any fashion awards. While everybody around me is running on a treadmill like a hamster or doing their 47th bicep curl exercise, I'm hanging plates off a weight belt to do weighted chin-ups. I'm usually foaming at the mouth and jumping around with my eyes closed in between heavy deadlift sets. And don't even get me started on how I don't fit most entrepreneur or businessman molds either. I'm sure I do most things counter to how you should run a business, and I don't care. I rarely put pants on these days. Too much info? I don't quite fit in anywhere, and I love it. They'll shun you till they need you. As it has been said in the X-Men movies, quote, mankind has always feared what it doesn't understand. And this quote from Nightcrawler, my personal favorite X-Men, sums up my thoughts about our less evolved neighbors. Quote, outside the circus, most people were afraid of me, but I didn't hate them. I pitied them. Do you know why? Because most people will never know anything beyond what they see with their own two eyes. End quote. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be tough to be different. You'll get made fun of when you say no to birthday cake at the office today. Your friends will goad you into skipping your next workout to play video games. You'll get funny looks the next time you're in the gym doing your workout. Your family will ask you to be normal when you tell them how you're eating. These are people who are afraid of being left behind and or afraid of what they don't know. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do for them yet. Trying to force them to adapt to your point of view is a recipe for disaster, for they are not ready. Instead, wear their snide comments and insults like a badge of honor. You are the one who is mutating and evolving. You cannot force motivation on others. You can only inspire with your actions. Days, months, or years from now, when you are operating at a higher level of existence and health, the questions will start to show up. Hey, so what was that site you told me about 3 years ago? Hey, I'm thinking of getting in shape. What do you think of this workout plan? Can you help me with this? This is not the time to gloat, but rather the time to help and support. Remember, it took years before the switch flipped in your head. Everybody operates on their own timetable, so when it's their turn to change, they'll let you know. Focus on evolving yourself. Your friends, family members, and loved ones will come around eventually. Until then, understand you are not alone. Every day, the evil forces of obesity, laziness, and apathy grow. Fortunately, every day its resistance grows even stronger. I'm talking about a group of people who work hard to embrace their differences and help out their fellow mutants. No, not the Xavier Institute for Higher Learning, but that would be sweet if it actually existed. I'm talking about the Nerd Fitness Rebellion. We understand that being different is the only way that we will progress as a species. We understand that being different will provide us with unique perspectives that could lead us to breakthrough revelations and new solutions. So bring your differences, bring your unique perspective, but check your biases and reservations at the door. We're all learning from each other every day, and we're all feeding off the successes of each other. There's a war coming. Professor Charles Xavier said it best. Quote, when an individual acquires great power, the use or misuse of that power is everything. Will it be used for the greater good, or will it be used for personal or destructive ends? Now this is a question we must all ask ourselves. Why? Because we are mutants. End quote. Thanks for being part of this funky group of mutants over here at Nerd Fitness. You just listened to the post titled, Are You a Mutant? Embrace It, by Steve Kamb of nerdfitness.com. And this episode is sponsored by Action Heat. Action Heat makes the world's best heated clothing. That's right, heated clothing, powered by rechargeable batteries. They have heated jackets, gloves, hats, and even undergarments like long johns. Action Heat clothing is engineered to safely and efficiently deliver heat via heating panels, similar to a heated car seat. They can reach temperatures of up to 135 degrees and are powered by a rechargeable, low-voltage lithium-ion battery that lasts up to 12 hours on each charge and can even be used to recharge your phone or other gadget while you're wearing them. At night, the temperature starts to dip, and I recently sported some apparel from Action Heat, a pair of socks and a base layer shirt to be exact. And what's amazing is they each warm you, and not just because the products are made of quality materials, but because they literally warm you. They have their own built-in temperature-controlled heating systems. With all of the holiday decorations, I love walking around with friends and family, enjoying all the lights and decorations. This year, sporting my Action Heat clothing, I can set the temperature of my socks and base layer shirt to my preferences and adjust as needed along the way. And I can charge my phone while I'm doing all of this. My wife tends to feel cold, especially her feet. Those get cold the fastest. And now she's borrowing my Action Heat socks, and she loves them. And so I won't have to share anymore. Don't tell her. I'm going to buy her a pair for Christmas. And we've got a special deal for you to save 15% off your entire order. Just go to action-heat.com/daily to check out everything Action Heat has to offer. Again, that's action-heat.com/daily. Or use the coupon code DAILY at checkout to save 15%. Now, Steve was absolutely right when he said everybody operates on their own timetable. So when it's someone else's turn to change their behavior, they're going to let you know. But forcing it upon them before they're ready will only lead to conflict. How many times has this happened to you? Somebody comes to you for advice. Let's say they're seeing how fit you're becoming, how you're eating so well, how you're losing weight and looking more toned. And they ask you, what are you doing? How are you looking so good? And you tell them, and you start to explain how easy it is. If you can do it, they can do it. And then they start arguing with you about it, or they come up with excuses. They say things like, oh, well, I don't have time for that. Oh, I can't afford your gym. Oh, I can't afford fresh produce like you're buying. And you try and convince them. You say, no, you don't get it. I was just like you. I'm finding ways to do it. That means you can do it too. But they start arguing with you. And it becomes this thing. And now there's this wall between you two. What just happened in that situation was you started giving advice when they weren't quite ready to hear it. Yes, they asked you. Yes, it seemed like they were interested in the beginning, but in their minds, they thought they were ready to hear it. But really, they weren't. And so when that wall starts to come up, when you start to hear their excuses and they start arguing why they can't do those things you're doing, let it go. One of the best things you can do is continue on your path and continue to show them that you can do it. Eventually, it may take a while, but eventually, they will come around and likely join you. But you've got to let them do that on their own terms. You have to let them come around. You just stay your course. Eventually, they'll grab onto you and want to join. All right, that'll do it for today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening every day. I hope you're having a great start to your week. I'll see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this show and Optimal Living Daily, the brother podcast of this one. Literally, I'm Dr. Neil's brother. If you like the format of this show, you'll love Optimal Living Daily too, where I also read to you from blogs, but cover other topics like personal development, finance, and minimalism from bloggers like Derek Sivers, The Minimalists, Zen Habits, and many more. So for more amazing content read to you for free, come subscribe to Optimal Living Daily too, and together we'll optimize your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Health Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com. That's oldpodcast.com for a free gift, as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.